Greetings, dear viewers, ladies and gentlemen. This is Addis Dialogue. With the program, I'm Shewaye Deribe. And my guest today is Mr. Shewaye Deribe. He's the project manager of Ethio Wetlands and Natural Resources Association. We'll be talking about a host of issues, including Ethiopia's climate, resilient green economy, and the green legacy initiatives, among other issues. With the program, I'm Shewaye Deribe. Do stay with us. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Ethio Wetlands and Natural Resources Association was established in 2000. This NGO has done a number of activities since then. For some of our listeners that are not that familiar with the organization, can you tell me the nitty and gritty of this association and what it has been doing?
Okay, thank you very much. Our organization, Ethio Wetlands and Natural Association, has been established, as you said, in 2000.
Okay.
Since its establishment, this organization is working on forest management, wetland management, and also works in agricultural ecosystems by rehabilitating agricultural lands for better food security and livelihood diversification. Currently, this organization is working in 4 regional states in Ethiopia, in Gambela, Oromia, Southwest Ethiopia People's Region, and in Amara region, in 199 kabales, in 23 waradas. So currently, this organization is working and supporting over 200,000 people in these small kabales. So this organization, since its establishment, it has been working on natural resource management. We protect natural forests, especially in southwest Ethiopia, high forest. By the way, that forest is related with biodiversity conservation, fresh water, especially its revitalization, thanks to the Nile Basin. More importantly, it contributes to climate change adaptation and mitigation, especially by capturing carbon. In addition to that, that forest ecosystem is also vital in contributing water for rivers like Gojeb that feed rivers like Gibe and Omo. So in downstream, we get a series of electric hydro dams which are producing clean energy. So we are working in that ecosystem. In addition to that, we also work in improving food security at community level. This is diversifying crop types, introducing technologies to improve not only food quantity, but also quality, that means nutritional quality. That means we provide grains, pulses, vegetables, fruit crops. So the production is not only for food, but also for additional income generation. We also work on livelihood development, especially for youth and women. We focus highly on women by establishing small community institutions like saving and credit associations. So we support these community organizations through trainings, again through different capacity building, also through provision of seed money. That seed money, it will be circulated in that group or in that institution for members through giving loan. Then they do some business, they pay to their organization. Again, others in turn take that money. So every day that money appreciates. It contributes income for the community, that is for the loan takers. At the same time, they pay a small amount of interest to the association. So that association also develops. So, for example, in some areas, after 10 years, when you go to that area after 10 years, we see that organization or that community industry, the saving and credit associations, increase both in number of beneficiaries, members, and also increase in the amount of money they have or other capitals. The other one is we also work on providing water, especially water harvesting for additional food production, that is for micro irrigation, and also for drinking. That's one of our functions. The other one is we also introduce fuel-saving technologies and clean energy technologies at community level. That means fuel-saving stoves, solar cells, that's lanterns. So that's also contributing a lot at a community level. The other one is we establish or strengthen community institutions, especially cooperatives, these multi-purpose cooperatives in agricultural ecosystems, especially in agricultural landscapes. So that multi-purpose cooperatives, we supply them, we support them with fertilizer, seed in the first round. Then after they revolve that asset and they continue working. In some areas we also constructed these warehouses for keeping crops and the fertilizers. That's also another important issue. When we come to the forest ecosystems, we established a number of forest management groups, forest management cooperatives, and also forest management associations at Warada level. All in all, what we are doing is we believe that nature-based solutions, nature-based activities are key for sustainable development.
Eco-friendly activities.
Yeah, for sustainable development. So, for example, we raise seedlings to rehabilitate degraded areas. That means reforestation. The reforestation work, we work with the school children. We aware school children, because when you aware school children, you are building tomorrow's generation. So we are working with the schools in Amara region, also in Oromia region, within the different schools. So these are some of our activities. We are doing these activities not alone. We have partners, governmental organizations from region up to Kabale level. They are working with us. We have also donor partners, like, for example, NORAD.
We'll come to that, Shewaye. So obviously, lots of activities have already been accomplished by your association. So I want to ask you this question as well. What are some of your visions in the future? Where do you want to go? You know, what is your aspiration? Say in some 10 years, 20 years time.
Okay, well, our aspiration is, in the first place, organizationally, we want to be a capable, efficient organization contributing for sustainable development in the nation, especially in the country. If we can also contribute for neighboring countries and so. In addition to that, we aspire, so far we have different achievements, different knowledge, different lessons that we have obtained from our past activities. So we want to share those with others. We want to scale up those best practices with other like-minded partners. So we want to increase our partnership base and also work at least for greater impact.
So, you know, one of the things that are trendy, or one of the things that are topical, is the issue of climate, you know, climate variations, things like that. So how is your association contributing to the Green Legacy Initiative or to creating green climate? What are some of the areas that you are doing in this regard?
Yeah, as you know, when we come to climate change, we are recipients of the impact of climate change, because our nation, this especially Africans, we are not contributing for climate change. But the impact is on us. Therefore, we are working, and we have to work both on adaptation aspects, mitigation aspect, and also on other aspects that help for climate change, adaptation, mitigation. Currently, there is new idea is coming. That means the protecting loss and the damage. So our work directly linked with the Green Legacy Initiative and the climate change adaptation and the mitigation. For example, in different areas we raise seedlings. We raise seedlings, multi-purpose tree seedlings. That means timber, again fruit, and other agroforestry seedlings. We plant in degraded areas. In addition to that, we protect natural forest ecosystems in collaboration with forest-dependent communities. The other one is we are also protecting wetlands. That means especially we educate our communities in different areas about wetland management. By the way, wetlands are not given high attention, especially in this country. Due to that, we are, I can say, we have been working since our establishment. Even the name of our organization is Ethio Wetlands. Wetland means, according to the Ramsar definition, it includes the lakes, rivers, again, floodplains, swamps. All these are naturally water capturing areas.
Right.
They capture the water from all the watersheds and they store there. They are also carbon stores, especially peatlands are carbon stores. So we promote these ecosystems to protect because they have multifaceted function. They are important for food security because during droughts, dry seasons, animals, humans save their lives around wetlands.
Right.
Also, they serve as green structures. For example, if you take Lake Hawassa or Lake Tana, during the rainy season, high flood coming from the catchment area, those wetlands, they break the power of the flood. So this is wetlands, protect urban areas, properties, human life from disasters. Okay? So we are advocating for this wetland ecosystem management protection. Wetlands are also areas that attract tourists.
Exactly.
They are supermarket of biodiversity.
Yes. Because
biodiversity from the dry land, from the deep aquatic body, gather in wetland areas around the. So they are supermarkets of biodiversity. In some studies indicate that peatlands, especially peatland means it is accumulated organic matter for years. It stores carbon even more than the tropical rainforest, for your surprise.
Wow.
Wetlands, globally they cover about 3%, but they store about 30% of global carbon.
Whoa.
Now, for example, if you go to southwest, the Gojab River emerges from a peatland among the forest. So these ecosystems, especially their relationship with women, youth, and farmers, and also with biodiversity, it's highly interlinked. So now even we want to attract the Green Legacy Initiative to give attention also for wetlands. Okay. By the way, it indirectly gives attention to wetlands because when you rehabilitate all the degraded catchments, that will improve what? Water sequestration, water absorption at the uplands. That will allow a slow flow of water to the wetlands. It reduces soil erosion into the wetlands because many of our wetlands are silted up. For example, Haramaya, if you go to Abijata, Shala, even our reservoirs, dams, hydropower dams, are silted, are filling with soil eroded from the catchments. Yeah. So this is the Green Legacy Initiative. That means covering our watersheds with vegetation will contribute a lot to safeguard wetlands, to reduce our vulnerability to climate change. Because if we plant trees, if we protect our wetlands, we will have water. That water will help us for what? Drinking. It will help us to produce additional food. Yes. It will help us to produce clean energy. Okay? So even we will not be highly exposed to short droughts because if you have water, you can irrigate it. You can harvest easily water. So our work is integrated. We work with farmers on agriculture. We work with forest-dependent communities in high forest areas. We also work in wetland areas with wetland-dependent communities. So all in all, the issue is how can we sustain these efforts?
Talking about collaboration, what are some of the areas that you are collaborating with when it comes to other nations in Africa, be it in the region or on the continent of Africa? And also, do you work in collaboration with other international organizations? What are some of the new developments in this regard?
Yeah, we are collaborate with research organizations, like-minded NGOs, and also international organizations in the region and also beyond the region.
Okay.
So to mention one, for example, the Nile Basin Initiative was one of our partners that was supporting us. Again, United Nations Development Program has been supporting us, small development programs. In addition, for example, currently we have one project that we are implementing in this Minjar Shonkora area.
All right.
That is fertilizer-based research. It's known as 4R, Nutrient Stewardship Project. That project is being implemented through the support of Canada government in Senegal, Ghana, Ethiopia, and also with researchers in Kenya, especially African Plant Nutrition Institute. So we are collaborating with them. Also our donors, for example, Global Affairs Canada, again NORAD, again, for example, Mention for Mention Switzerland,
okay.
Again, Forest of the World, NABU, Packard Foundation. These are some of our partners which are working with us. They are supporting us. When you come to our work also is contributing especially for or opening some opportunities for collaboration. For example, there is one organization of the ARCOS in Uganda. It is now calling us for partnership, and we have been working together. So these are our efforts. We are also working with, for example, with the University of Huddersfield from UK. There are also different universities and research organizations which are working with us. Vetiver Network, International Vetiver Networking, that has awarded us because our conservation, soil and water conservation work. We also propagate vetiver grass.
Okay, what does that mean?
Vetiver grass we plant in the degraded farmlands. Then it stops soil erosion. It improves moisture content. It has also many other benefits. I cannot mention all that here. So we are also working with those. So yes, the main thing is we share the ideas of, for example, the international multilateral conventions like the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, United Nations Biodiversity Conservation, Biodiversity Convention, and other conventions, because our work is directly related with that. So in this regard, we also partner with governmental organizations like the Federal Environmental Protection Authority, the Institute of Biodiversity, the Ethiopian Wildlife Conservation Institute, with Ministry of Agriculture, also with the Ministry of Water, because the Ministry of Water and our work, especially forest management, wetland management, catchment rehabilitation, is highly linked. So these are also our partners. There are also many other like-minded NGOs who are working, collaborating.
Wow, impressive indeed. Talking about the positive developments that you've been doing all along, you've accomplished lots of wonderful tasks. So what can other African nations learn from you, especially in conservation of natural resources and also in ensuring food security, things like that?
We still focus on partnership building. Partnership building. Partnership building must be, because this work, it cannot be accomplished by few or one or two organizations. It needs the effort of everybody, starting from grassroots up to policy level. So it needs partnership, discussing together, again, looking for solutions. This is important issue. Also giving attention to the community segments, especially for the marginalized community segments like women and the youth. For example, now we give maximum attention to women, especially on our credit system.
All right.
Because when you support a woman, that means it is supporting a family. It's supporting
a society,
a community. So again, we have also seen the results, especially in terms of sustainability. When we go after 10 years to them, we see them appreciating and happy. So that's a very good thing. The other one is, especially we invite partners, especially international community or other organizations. If they come and assess our capacity, our efforts, our achievements, our lessons. Then they can see, they can assess our gaps, our limitations. So we need technical assistance support from such, especially from international organizations. They have different measures of measuring your efficiency, measuring your capacity. So we are working as a local NGO, but we need to get experience, lesson from other international organizations.
So how should the international community support you?
You know, the support and the partnership must be based on trust.
Mm-hmm.
You have to first see really that organization, whether it works good or not.
Yeah.
So if we first interact, if they first see our strength and our weakness, then if they build up on that, and if there are areas of partnership, we can build a partnership. Well, to expand, for example, I said about the scaling up our efforts.
Yeah.
How can we scale up? Scaling up needs resources. It needs knowledge, it needs finance, it needs other technical support.
What are some of the areas that you are raising the awareness of your association? Through events, meetings, things like that?
So far, I think we haven't worked more on popularity aspect.
Okay.
Because I can say that we are weak in dispatching our efforts, our outcomes, our achievements, our approaches. We focused only on working on the activity level again. So maybe we are popular at community level, at grassroots, at local government level. We are popular. For example, if you go to Amara region, if you go to Oromia, if you go to South Ethiopia nations, or if you go to Gambela, especially in areas where we have been working for many years, people can tell you. Maybe you can get the results of our past efforts there. So I can say that we are more popular at community level, at local government level. When we come to higher level, yes, we have been participating and still contributing at national level, at different fora. We also contributed at international level, different climate change related, biodiversity related, natural resource management related, wetland related forums. So still we have connections, we have partnerships, we are still contributing online even. Again, we have our website, so maybe actually I didn't focus on that. But our people who have got from us, especially in forms of training. There are also many NGOs who have visited our work in Southwest Ethiopia. There are some people who have got some idea from our trainings, especially even here at federal level, like for example for Ministry of Water Resources, we have been giving some training, especially on wetland and watershed management aspects. So these are, I think, they know us. You don't know whether you are popular or not, but rather your partners can tell you that.
Right.
But our donors, approaching us, most of them are coming to us and working with us. So that is.
I've learned that there is an event that's going to be held soon. Can you tell me more about the event?
Well, the event is, by the way, the coming February 2 is named as World Wetlands Day. So globally, people celebrate the World Wetlands Day. As I informed you before, wetlands are really contributing many things for our survival, including climate change adaptation and mitigation. But they are communal resources. So we see the tragedy of the common on them because there is free access, open access. That open access resulted in overexploitation. Again, degradation of the watersheds is affecting wetlands. For example, if you go to the Rift Valley area, Lake Abiata, if you see, if you go down to Abaya Chamo, if you see, for example, the catchment of Abaya and the Chamo, degrading. So we wanted to celebrate this day in Arbamenj and in the catchment of Abaya Chamo in collaboration with Arbaminch University. So that day will be commemorated in Arbaminch on February 2. Yeah, we have been doing different efforts, especially in collaboration with government organizations in the past, to develop wetland proclamation, wetland policy, and also to join the Ramsar. There is one convention known as the Ramsar Convention on wetlands. That convention, now 172 countries are now members of that convention. But Ethiopia is not a party for that.
What is the convention about?
The convention is a wetland convention.
Oh, okay.
So that wetland convention is joined by 172 countries around the world, but Ethiopia is still not a member of that convention. So we have been advocating.
So are you working on that?
Well, we have been working before a year or something, and still it is in our mind. That is why we are celebrating this event in Arbaminch, because that is to call stakeholders, to call national attention to our wetlands, because we are losing them at alarming rate. So this, our wetland, for example, now the government of Ethiopia is going to export hydropower, clean energy to neighboring countries. The rivers, especially our transboundary rivers, also our inland rivers, are also originating from forests and wetland areas. So we want to popularize that, because to be sustainable, to have sustainable water supply, we have to protect our wetlands. So that is our event. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much for coming to our studio, and thank you indeed for giving us some of your precious time and this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well, dear viewers, with that, we come to the end of today's program. Thank you as well for having been with us. Until I see you next time with another program, it's goodbye from me, Shewaye Deribe. Stay safe and take care.